And while he was sitting there in the chair, his arms were back, he started like leaning forward. And he was like sitting down, he started leaning forward and leaning down and down and down and down. And I looked over and I'm like, oh, he's out. He was out, passed right out, sweat just like pouring down his neck. And I like jumped over and like grabbed him before he fell out of the chair and like pulled him back, and he was ghost white and completely passed out. And then, I mean, he was out for probably a good 20, 30 seconds. And he finally kind of came to and was looking around. We're like, yo, dude, you just passed right out. Are you okay? He's like, uh-huh. I'm like, well, just don't look at Jared anymore. Don't do it. Happens all the time. Just stare at me. You'll be fine. Now that effect. And it's not easy to drive that car. Case in point, was it 2 days ago? The guy, Tom, he's the guy that stands in for me. We both have stand-ins.
Now they're gonna kill him.
He was a very muddy set. We were working out in the woods, and the car drives in. And so they're setting up the shot, and so Tom was actually driving it in and then reversing it back out. If you don't know how to drive that car, it can be a little tricky, especially in reverse. And so it ended up in the ditch. And because it was so muddy, it took like half the crew to pull it out. Meanwhile, I was not there. I was not on set. I think we were still in hair and makeup or something, or doing wherever we were. And I show up on set, and I'm hearing that Tom put the car in the ditch. And my immediate reaction was, what?
I'm wondering how the hell you guys get anything done with the banter that I've seen and the pranks and everything else that you guys put each other through.
We have a crew around us that at certain times during the filming, in fact, this just happened. It happens every day. Jared and I, or Misha, or whoever's there, we'll be talking and laughing and cutting up and joking. And meanwhile, they've already rolled sound, they've slated, the cameras are ready, and literally we have our first AD or our director going, guys, we're rolling, guys, can we just... And right now, our dear friend and one of our favorite new directors now, Nina, is she just yells action. She's just like, guys, wait, all right, action! Just to get us to shut up and actually perform the scene. Needless to say, it is sometimes difficult to get work done, but it's very enjoyable. The struggle is fun. Maybe not so much for Kevin Parks, our first AD, who is essentially responsible for running the set. And he's just I just look over it sometimes when we're just not behaving properly, and he carries his walkie, and he's just literally against the wall going like this.
Probably my
It's oddly satisfying for me to see that too.
So, Busty Asian Beauties, no, it's okay, but Busty Asian Beauties isn't a real magazine, obviously. But they, for some reason...
What?
They were, well, they have to mock up...
The hell have I been reading for 12 years?
Well, that's my point. Is early on, when you had to read Busty Asian Beauties, they would get a fake magazine cover and put it outside of a magazine. The magazine could be Better Homes and Gardens, but they would still be like pornographic magazines. And so, in between cut, like in action, all the grips are like grabbing the magazines, like, those are props, guys, like everybody's like turning the magazines around. And then I think we had a scene one time where there was like a child actor because her father passed away or something, and Dean finds Busty Asian Beauties. Long story short, like, the porno mag was still there on set when we were filming like a 12-year-old. Like, oh, oh my God! So they've since changed, and now it's like, you know, Better Homes and Gardens. Yeah.
Today, Misha was telling us the story about how you introduced West to sugar for the first time. I just really wanted to know your side of that story.
My side of the story is I didn't yet have kids, so I didn't realize how horrific it was, but we were in Italy, and West is there, and we're all kind of chatting, and something occurred to me. I was like, you know, when I was a kid, I used to love eating sugar packets. I didn't really know how to play with 2-year-olds yet, so I was like, how about a sugar packet? And so it was pretty...
Cut to Wes just sitting there and his eyeballs are vibrating.
Running around in circles. I vaguely remember, like, you know how people in like couples, they have unspoken language. Like if my wife were looking at me like, then I know it means like something's going on. I've got to take care of the kids or something. I remember glancing over when Vicky and Misha didn't realize what happened, and Vicky was like this to Misha, not even like trying to hide it, but like. Misha like, that's your buddy, dude. Tell him to stop feeding our 2-year-old sugar packets. Yeah. And West is like, I think up until that day, he had like kale and dried coconut or something. I doubt the child had ever had, an ounce of anything now for him. Here comes Uncle Jared.
Here's some sugar and a side of gluten. Mix them together, it's fun.
Put it in this glass of wine. What did Misha say?
You said that you were basically a monster for doing it.
Yeah. I did it again many years later at a convention, actually. Someone gave me a giant, like, 6-pound gummy. Yeah, come here. Oh, okay, you should take a picture of it, right? Like, yeah. Misha said again. Wes was like, he looks over and Wes and I are eating opposite ends of this giant gummy bear. Yeah, that was bad. That was, even I was like, I've got 200 pounds on my head, so God knows I hate his little system. Yeah, good times. He has the problem is that he is entitled to retribution, and he hasn't enacted it yet. But at some point in time, I'm going to be out at dinner with him, and the kids are going to be there, and I'm going to look over, and he's going to have like pixie sticks and fun dip.
No, Misha will have acid.
Misha's going to be tying a little rubber band around there.
Honey, where's Tom? Tom? Tom!
Yeah, that does have me worried. We'll try not to think about it though.
Also, I wanted to tell you the haircut looks awesome.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I didn't realize this. He came to work the other day or something, and I was looking at him, and I was like, it was like looking at Bizarro Jensen or something. Like Demon Jensen, Demon Dean, and I was like, what's going on with you, man? Did you get a nose job, or like, what's it like? Why are you different? And then he reaches up and takes his hair, which was this way, and pushes it back the other way. I was like, oh, Jensen. I didn't realize, I was like, you look weird, man. He goes, I was like, oh, your hair was parted the other way.
I just left. Yeah, one of these days, I'm just gonna do an episode, y'all are gonna be like, what's wrong with him? Something's different. He's changed.
The very last scene, you just come back the other way. It's like I still want to make whoever did. There's that picture, it was online, and I guess it was made during season 8, because it's like the 8 different hairstyles of Sam Winchester. And they're true and outrageously different, and then it's like the 8 different hairstyles of Pete Winchester. It's
They're all the same.
And what is your question?
What was it like to film the scene where Stan and Dean and Castle were finding Lucifer in the cage?
Where we find Lucifer in the cage?
Where you were fighting him in the cage?
Oh, fighting him in the cage. That was actually...
I can honestly say it was one of the scariest moments I've ever had on the set of Supernatural. And let me explain why. Mark Pellegrino is a trained fighter. So when I'm supposed to come up, when I was supposed to come up, when I come up behind him and I hit him, and he just turns around, he loaded up like a professional boxer would. And Mark also has incredible precision. So his full speed punches, I'm not kidding, were coming this close. So like, the hair's on my nose. And I don't have any hair on my nose.
Not anymore!
No. And I just remember, and I mean, we've had hundreds of fights on this show, on this series. He just looked at me and just goes, and I was like, okay. That was not Dean. That was Jensen crapping his pants.
There's a slight, all of the angles of him hitting any of us, whether it's Misha or Jensen or me, there's a slight, we're looking tough, and then it's like, it's a little bit like, it's gonna hit me this, oh, I gotta hit back. That was one of those that,
I would never want to seriously be on the receiving end of one of those punches, ever. Like it's
not even jokingly.
No.
That, it was a really, really physical scene. We knew it was going to be, what, 20 seconds?
Oh.
It was like a day and a half of shooting.
Also,
we were in a metal cage.
It was a grate, like it was a metal grate on the floor, and at one point, I dove for you.
Yeah. Oh,
That didn't feel good. Like just, you know, it was grating.
It was one of the few scenes that was it was one of the few scenes in Supernatural history that legitimately hurt. I can't take him anywhere. But yes, but the scene was great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Give me that right.
My question is, what is the coolest scars y'all have?
Funny you should ask. Scars? I don't know.
I have a piece of pencil. Yeah. So it's the lead from a tip of a pencil that my girlfriend in 7th grade stabbed me in the arm with. It's still there. It's right there.
See, I have a chainsaw scar, so...
You have a chainsaw scar?
Yes.
I'll go with the pencil. I'm sorry. Do we want to know?
No, I didn't do it to myself, so...
I have a very fresh scar. It looks like a hellhound scratch. It's not a real
She got
hellhound.
cut with a chainsaw, dude.
I know, I'm trying to change the subject because I'm scared.
Can I assume this was an accident?
Yes, very
Oh.
much so.
Okay, because if you said no, then I'm in. I want the full story.
It was an accident. I was holding a tree limb and he brought it down too quick.
Why were you holding the tree limb?
Got it.
Because he was trimming it and I was trying to be nice.
Who's he?
My friend Remington.
Is Remington
Her ex-friend, Remington. Wow. No, I don't have my hands are kind of scarred up a bit. I have a nice one here on my finger that happened on set while I was chambering around on my 1911, Dean's pistol. And it got jammed, so in an effort to quickly unjam it before they yelled action, I just re-racked it really quickly, but my hand slipped and the meat of this finger got caught into the...
Middle of a take, we were rolling.
It literally was like whack, and then I ripped it out and just a big flap of skin. And I looked at it and it was just like, and then they go, action! And so I held the flap of skin down with my thumb and then did the take. and then looked down and there was just blood all over my hand. I was like, well, that probably doesn't work. Yes.
A couple of weeks ago, a month ago maybe, this season of shooting, I was in my driveway playing with Tom and Shep, and they were riding their scooters, and they were like, Daddy, let's ride. And I didn't have shoes on, so I was like, well, all right. And I was like, we always wear helmets. So I went to the garage, grabbed a helmet, and then grabbed my bike, and started riding my bike. And we were going around in circles in the driveway, and Shep came to a really abrupt stop in front of me, and so I had to sort of come to a really abrupt stop as well to not smash over him. And being barefoot on a bike, let me see if I can go. Let me see. I have like a.
Oh yeah, I remember that, right? It literally looked like
like
a mountain lion got him.
Yeah. It's hard to see, but I'll just keep doing this. You can see, like it's nasty, but it didn't go away.
But you win, okay?
Thank you very much.
Let's be clear about it. You win.
I'll take the bronze medal. I'll take third place.
Yeah.
Chainsaw beats bicycle.
Thank you.
Paper, scissors. Thanks a
y'all.
bunch.
Yeah.
Hey, tell Remington to be careful. And as far as you go, stop holding tree branches. Come on now.